Welcome back, everyone. Charlotte Hornets basketball postseason style. Take a look at the starting fives for both sides. First, the visitors from Miami. Dang Johnson, a couple of veterans. Hassan Whiteside has been a difference maker inside. Dwayne Wade, 13-year pro out of Marquette. And the point guard, Goran Dragic. For your Charlotte Hornets, same lineup that we saw in the win on Saturday. Frank Kaminsky has never lost a game as a starter in the NBA. A perfect 4-0. Al Jefferson starts as well. Marvin Williams, Courtney Lee, and of course Kemba Walker, the leading scorer, rounding out the starting five. There's Eric Spoelstra, middle of your screen. Won a couple of titles. That was back on LeBron James's watch. Trying to get a title, Jamesless. There's Steve Clifford. Picked up his first playoff win as a head coach with the W on Saturday. Tap is won by the visitors wearing their black uniforms.
You can already hear this crowd.
Dragic skip pass. Wade keeps it in play. Shot clock down to 5. Offensive rebound snatched away. Hassan had it, but Whiteside has his pocket picked by Courtney Lee.
The rebounding game is going to be paramount tonight, and the Hornets understand that, and so do the fans. You heard that crowd erupt that board.
Kemba had an open look. Normally he hits that shot.
You will see bodies, multiple bodies on Whiteside, especially when the ball goes up. We want to keep him off the glass. Al pushing him all the way out.
Same way the game started on Saturday. Well, Dang, a three-pointer. Dang has now made 12 out of 18 from behind the arc in this series.
He is scorching.
Marvin tried to finish with power, just wouldn't go. Dang missed the layup.
I like that look, though. Marvin cutting baseline. Kemba Walker finding him.
Kemba too strong. He's missed his first 2 shots. Wade walled off by Kaminsky. Here's the veteran Johnson trying to back down Lee.
Look at the help.
Whiteside, his first field goal.
Again, the helper. They've got to be on a string defensively. The Hornets are doing a good job of rotating to stop that first penetration, but it's the second defender that's got to get there.
2 minutes into the game, Hornets still looking for their first bucket. Dragic, that one off his head. That'll be Hornets basketball.
Watch Whiteside just creeps along that baseline right behind Frank Kaminsky. Al Jefferson had to leave the paint area to go double on Joe Johnson because Courtney Lee is undersized at that post position.
Big Al, one-on-one against Whiteside. Finally, some goes. Hornets in the scoring column.
And they can get that bucket all day long. If they're going to go one-on-one Whiteside against Jefferson, they can just milk that.
Tough chance by Dragic. Here comes Kemba. 2-on-2.
I like the patience. Kemba Walker had the shot, but he had a feeling with as much time that was left on the clock, they could get a better look. And that's where they're going, right to Al.
Al spins way, goes the other way, comes up empty. Three for Dragic. Now the Miami Heat have been much more proficient shooting three-pointers than the Hornets have been so far in this series.
Which is the opposite of what it should be.
Kemba, the reverse!
Kemba Walker just gets in the paint anytime he wants to. He's so fast and so good at handling the basketball. If he picks a spot, he can get there. I like how he's able to finish on either side of the rim, either hand, with or without contact. Anything you throw at him, he can finish.
Trying to get the ball into Whiteside. A foul is called on Frank Kaminsky.
Watch Kemba Walker eyes up. He's wanting to pass if someone's open, but they don't cut off the driving lane. The Heat don't step up and stop the basketball. He's going to go straight to the rim.
The first team foul for either side. Dang. And we've got a whistle. It's an offensive foul.
I like the defense. Al Jefferson helping Frank Kaminsky on the dribble drive by Dang.
That was a 3-second violation. I apologize. I originally called it a personal foul. But the Hornets have it back.
Oh, that
blocked away by a Whiteside. Al would have loved a goaltend.
It looked like it was to me.
Transition 3 for Dang. This one lips out. Hornets 2 buckets, one by Kemba Walker, one by Al Jefferson. Wade can't handle the pass. Circles back and throws it through.
So dangerous in the paint. So dangerous. He has some of the best rim awareness in the league. Head down, defenders everywhere. Doesn't matter. He knows where the rim is. He can get a good shot up.
Frank along the baseline is fouled as he starts his drive.
Let's take a look back at that Al Jefferson shot. Hassan Whiteside got credited for a block, but let's watch this. It is so close, it looks like it's on its way down. You see it's coming down from the initial shot trajectory. That looked like a little interference to me.
You know, if you're Hassan Whiteside and you lead the NBA in block shots, sometimes you get the benefit of the doubt.
You do. And he led by a wide margin, so.
Johnson.
Now, you notice that was off of the high ball screen. Dragic gets in and finds the open corner man, but it's that second pass to Joe Johnson that was the wide open shot.
Miami's already made 3 of 4 three-pointers, and they've got a 9-point lead. 13-4, our score. Back to Uptown in a moment. 6:25 remaining first quarter. Let's check in with the third member of our crew, Michelle McMahon. Michelle.
Thanks, Eric. Well, Kemba Walker mentioned that Game 3 was one of the biggest wins in his 5-year career with the Hornets, and he said, we're not done yet. One is not enough for this team. He expressed his high level of confidence with this group. It's different than in years past. He said that this group is capable because we have the depth required to take on this Heat team, and obviously they need to execute what they did well in Game 3, Eric.
Thank you, Michelle. I agree wholeheartedly. You missed it on Hornets Live, the pregame show. Had a wonderful, wonderful feature. Kemba Walker wearing a microphone for Game 3, and we had a chance to listen in. And the way that he leads his team vocally, it was just a wonderful thing to hear and to see.
It certainly was, and you know, I couldn't help but think back to his rookie season. I have watched him mature as a basketball player over these 5 seasons, and it has been a joy because he works so hard in the offseason on his game. He's so diligent at getting better. His priority is to win basketball games, and it starts with his individual skills.
First sub for the Hornets is Jeremy Lin. He comes in and immediately is fouled. That was the first team foul. Make it the second team foul for the Miami Heat. It was on Dwayne Wade. Only 2 Hornets have scored, Al Jefferson and Kemba Walker. And Jeremy Lin is fouled again.
I like Jeremy Lin's aggressiveness, but I hate that he missed Al Jefferson wide open for a layup. When Al comes and sets that ball screen, you got to watch for him. Look at Al, nobody around him in the paint.
Well, that foul is going to get Dwayne Wade out of the game. 2 personal fouls on Dwayne Wade, and the Heat will have to protect him. he'll go to the bench. May not see him for a while. So a guy with 3 championships and 13 years in the league goes to the bench and replaced by a true rookie in Josh Richardson.
Yes, now the Heat, they like Richardson, but they love Wade. That is not a fair trade-off in the least bit.
7-point game. All 5 starters from Miami have exactly 1 field goal. 6 minutes through. Dragic, his 2nd field goal.
Can't allow them to slice and dice in the paint. Somebody's got to stop that basketball.
Marvin feeds it inside to Al. Working against Whiteside and scores!
That's that big body we talked about in Hornets Live. Hassan Whiteside just does not have the physicality to match up one-on-one with Al Jefferson.
Whiteside scores and is fouled.
Dribble penetration, everyone is shifting on their way to help. Al Jefferson left, so did Jeremy Lin, so Al ended up detaching from Whiteside a little too soon.
Foul was on Frank Kaminsky, his 2nd, so Frank will leave. That means it's going to be a very quick blow for Courtney Lee. Courtney Lee has been on the bench for all of about 45 seconds and now is called upon again.
Well, you can always tell what's going on defensively. Frank Kaminsky got that foul because he was late rotating over. You've got to do your work early, even on a rotation. He's got to get his angles right, his positioning right, so that he can then rotate quickly. Sometimes you got to cheat a little bit.
Miami has Justice Winslow in the game. First-year pro out of Duke. Combination of Winslow and Richardson really struggled shooting the basketball on Saturday. In the Hornets win. Kemba weaving inside. The step back. Al would love to have that one back.
I almost thought that was a pass from Kemba.
Winslow. The troubles continue for him.
Well, you'll notice that there are not Hornet defenders closing out on Winslow the way they were in Miami. They are willing to sacrifice to see if he can prove that he can knock down that jump shot consistently.
This one falls for Al.
Consistency is the name of the game with Al Jefferson his entire career.
Oh, Jeremy Lin got whacked in the face, no whistle, and Dragic scores. Jeremy Lin had his neck snapped back. And Dragic able to score off the window.
Little forearm in the chest area.
Happens a couple times every game to Jeremy Lin. Under the 4-minute mark of our first quarter. Great move by Al, he'll go to the line.
We often talk about Kemba Walker with his multi-moves in one move. Al Jefferson is the king of that. Shows the ball to the shot blocker. Hassan Whiteside gets him up off his feet, goes into the help, puts 2 more defenders in the air. Watch this, just one, and now both defenders off balance. Al Jefferson using that to get back to that baseline side.
First foul on Hassan Whiteside. That foul puts the Hornets in the bonus for the remainder of the first quarter. With that one foul, Whiteside goes to the bench. Amari Stoudemire, veteran, comes on to replace him.
Last game, Hornets shot very well from the free throw line. Only missed 1 the entire evening.
21 of 22 were the Hornets on Saturday. Johnson, elbow jumper. Marvin Williams, contested rebound. Al lost it off his knee. Cody Zeller's going to check in. That means that Al will sit for the first time. Al Jefferson leads with a game-high 7 points. He's got 7 of the 11 for the Hornets.
I like this trap in the corner. Great defense. Cody Zeller closing it up with Jeremy Lin.
Last touch by Dragic.
That's what you got to do. Mix things up defensively, but do it assertively.
Kemba had it slide off the fingertips, and he turns it over. So back-to-back empty possessions for Steve Clifford's bunch. Hornets only had 4 turnovers as a team in 48 minutes in Game 3.
That is tremendous.
Timeout, Miami.
Well, Miami calls timeout. 3:11 remaining in our first quarter. Hornets have got a chance to figure out their offense. They only have 11 points. 7 of those 11 have been scored by number 25. Al Jefferson coming to play. 7 points, 3 rebounds. Back to Uptown in a moment.
Charlotte Hornets basketball is brought to you by Campbell & Associates, by Novant Health, and by Mercedes-Benz of South Charlotte.
Welcome back, everyone. Time Warner Cable Arena. There he is in all his majesty. Michael Jordan looking on, making sure that things go the way they should, and so far they have for Al Jefferson.
Big Al Jefferson, watch him go to work, uses his body to create space between he and the defender, gets up close buckets right in the restricted area, not afraid to put the ball on the floor, uses his quickness. He's very deceptive in that category. Al Jefferson 3 for 7's got 7 points already.
Change for the Hornets. Spencer Hawes into the game for the first time. So this is still a big lineup with Hawes and Zeller on that front wall. It's a backcourt of Lin, Walker, and Lee.
Expect him to go to Johnson with this lineup in because he would have the height and size advantage with all 3 perimeter players.
Richardson wrap around the left hand. That's not going to fall. Kemba in transition.
Oh, look at the back door.
Dragic with the rip away. That's now 3 turnovers for the Hornets here in our first quarter. Dragic extra pass to Stoudemire. And Stoudemire's foul.
You know, the thing that you heard Coach Clifford talking about post-game after Game 3 was the organization and the communication that his team had while they were out there. He was very proud of them. We're not seeing that early on in this game. You can tell defensively because the rotations are just a little bit late. And at this level, especially this time of year, the playoffs, just a fraction of a second makes a difference.
Hornets with just 4 field goals in 14 attempts. Only one of those 4 field goals has been assisted on. Usually when the Hornets are getting a lot of assists in terms of a percentage for field goals made, that's when they're playing their best basketball. Dragic, no.
You're right, Eric. And they find those easier buckets because they're moving the ball around. And when they move the basketball around and not one person holding and dribbling it, it encourages player movement, and those 2 things together create the easy buckets.
Jeremy Lin will go and shoot a couple of free throws. Lin has already made a pair. In the regular season, he was 81% as a free thrower.
You know, that's one of the many things I love about this Hornets team is there are multiple players who can get to the free throw line when they need to. And that's so important.
Tonight's inactive list brought to you by Novant Health. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, the shoulder. Nick Batum still out. Could come back this series, possibly. And, of course, Del Curry.
Aww.
Del, we're missing you still, partner. It is, it's been tough.
It's been rough. Dell, you left me with this guy.
Instead of two people looking at me crazy when I tell a bad joke, there's only been one. Dell with a knee, keeping him off the golf course. And we wish him all the best.
Steph Curry, his son, reigning MVP, is now out with a knee injury. I'm being told 2 weeks, but they're hopeful. You never know. Sprains are different. Everybody responds differently to a sprain.
Lynn gets a screen from Hawes. Gets it over to Kemba. Shot clock down to 5. Kemba bumped, scores, and he's fouled. It took a while, but the Hornets playing with energy again.
Watch the angle that this shot is released from. He's driving baseline. He gets fouled from behind the basket. That's where he ends up getting pushed. Lets the runner go. Teardrop, nothing but net. And Mama loves it.
Just the second field goal for Kemba. Hornets are now 6 for 7 shooting free throws. Hornets have had a huge disparity in this series in terms of amount of free throws attempted. Way more than Miami. Luol Deng hits a 17-footer.
You can see the Heat's objective here, picking up full court, trying to keep the ball out of Kemba Walker's hands so he cannot initiate the offense.
Deng the rebound. Heat have led throughout. Their largest lead, 11. It's now an 8-point game. Lynn whacked. Continuation. Score it.
Jeremy Lin knows how to make something happen. Offensively, Hornets struggled and sputtered a bit. He sees the slightest gap, and he is going to take advantage. He's going to exploit it, and look at his teammates. Loving it. All that emotion pouring off that bench onto the court, that helps fuel those players.
7 points in 6 minutes off the bench for Jeremy Lin.
Hornets only down 5. They have not been playing their best basketball. Home crowd getting riled up behind the Hornets.
Dragic is fouled by Lin. First foul in the last 2 minutes, so it'll be side out of bounds. Shot clock reset to 14. So if the Hornets force a miss, they should get the basketball back if they can get a rebound. Deng scores.
He's so good with the driving and slashing. He's just so long. Can really change his shot in the air.
Shot clock's off. Kemba, three-pointer. Winslow fires three-quarter court, and he almost hit it. My golly, Miss Molly. Well, we've got 12 minutes in the books. No damage done as of yet. The Hornets trailing, but still manageable. It's a 7-point game as we head to quarter number 2. Could have been a lot worse for the locals. When we come back, the Hornets will try and chip back into this one. Our score through 12 minutes, 26-19, Miami on top. Basketball from the Hive, tonight's first quarter stats presented by Mercedes-Benz of South Charlotte.
Well, you see 50% from the field for your opponent. That's never a good way to start the game, especially when you're not shooting 40%. 0 for 3 from behind the arc, but they are getting to the line 8 times, made 7 of those. Only 1 assist for the Hornets, 9 for the Heat.
Thomas Davis in the house if you need some good linebacking done. And Hornets fans, don't stew. Jonathan Stewart's in the house. That's pretty cool. Yeah, Ron Rivera coaching everyone up in his row, making sure the X's and O's are attended to. And in case you need a little bit more defense, Luke Kuechly is going to help out a little bit.
I can't help it. I got to do that.
Public address announcer Big Pat was making a big point before the game of making sure that everyone is wearing their Swarm t-shirt.
Yes.
I wonder if he gave Luke Kuechly a hard time or if Luke Kuechly immediately put it on.
Oh, put it on. Kind of guy he is. Team player all the way.
Dwayne Wade back on the floor for Miami. Remember, he's playing with 2 fouls. Marvin Williams checks back in for the Hornets. Jeremy Lin, pestered by his former Knick teammate, Amani Stoudemire, and gives up the basketball.
Great screen set by Cody Zeller.
Wade walled off by a pair of Hornets. Settles for a long jumper, maybe out of his range. Hornets have the basketball.
Hornets will give that shot up. They'd much rather have him take that than the elbow jumper or worse baseline drive.
Jeremy Lin has been the most aggressive Hornet so far. 7 points in 7 minutes in the first quarter. Rolling lefty hook for Spencer Hahn. We've seen him make that before.
See, they're trying to get Dwayne Wade going. Remember, he sat with the foul trouble in the first quarter.
Battle of Tobacco Road won by Luol Deng, former Duke Blue Devil, fouled by Marvin Williams, former Tar Heel.
Wade getting in, making the defense collapse, so Marvin Williams had that long closeout to get to Deng, who, remember, for this series has been deadly from outside. Marvin Williams trying to hustle to get out there, but looked like he just lost his footing on the way out.
At the line with 3 shots.
3 free throws for Deng. Luol Deng, obviously a 2-time All-Star. He's been a part of a lot of good teams. But Stephanie, during the regular season, he was a 12-point-a-night guy. Here in this series, he's become a 22-point-a-night scorer.
Talk about increasing your productivity. That 3-ball has helped him tremendously. He has been on fire from behind the arc in this series.
Well, he was a little bit injured during the regular season. You could say that Deng was dinged. But he's healthy now and playing good basketball.
Just can't help yourself.
He gets all 3. There's Chris Bosh. This is a Miami Heat team that has played a totally different style of basketball since Chris Bosh was lost for the season because of injury. Obviously, Chris Bosh, a wonderful, wonderful player. We're hoping for a speedy recovery. His injury has not been disclosed. But the Miami Heat have become a different team without him by necessity. Spencer has his shot blocked by Dwayne Wade, got it back and draws the foul.
I like that Spencer Hall stuck with that. Got the loose ball back after the block shot, still got the shot attempt up, getting to the free throw line, something that is going to be important for this Hornets team. If their offense continues to sputter, they've got to get to the line.
So Haas will shoot a pair. Spencer hits a pair. Stoudemire. Pretty nice weapon to have off your bench.
Absolutely, and he knows his sweet spots on the floor. He catches it at the elbow, which is already where he likes to operate from. One dribble, and he's right in his range.
Cody with the left hand.
I love that Cody Zeller just keeps on keeping on. It doesn't matter how many touches he gets. He's going to still work hard, set good screens, roll hard to the rim.
Stoudemire thought that Richardson was going to zig when he really zagged. Hornets basketball.
You want to see the Hornets now get consecutive good offensive possessions.
Lynn lost it, gets it back, trying to call timeout. And it's not granted. It'll be a jump ball.
Courtney Lee begging and pleading with the official on the sideline, trying to call the timeout for him. Yep, ball got poked out. Jeremy Lin did get his hands back on it, but could not gain the possession. He's trying to get the timeout and avoid the jump ball.
Lynn and Richardson will go to work.
Look at Marvin Williams, so smart. Look at his defensive positioning, just in case they do get the tip.
And
oh no, they're saying violation on Courtney Lee.
it is.
Violation on Courtney Lee. 12 belongs to Miami.
Courtney Lee saying that someone else got a little piece of it first.
Hassan Whiteside back in the game, misses from 2 feet. Dang, misses from 24 feet. Hornets have the basketball back. Down by 8. Playing without Kemba Walker. Lynn, the reverse!
Keeping his dribble alive is so important in that paint. He and Kemba Walker both did a terrific job of that in Game 3, and they were able to open up some more driving ways for themselves. We saw the same thing just now.
Contested shot missed by Wade. Numbers for the Hornets. Long 2 for Lee. Oh, that would have brought the house down. Dang, lost it. And a foul is called. It's on Courtney Lee for the reach-in. We've got a timeout on the floor. 8:34 remaining in our first half. Where would the Hornets be without the kid from Palo Alto, California? Jeremy Lin has been terrific. 9 points off the bench for Charlotte.
Charlotte Hornets basketball is brought to you by Jack in the Box. Taste the Baconlicious Sourdough Bacon Ranch Combo, only at Jack in the Box. By Charlotte Comfort Systems. By CPI Security. And by Michelob Ultra.
Welcome back to Charlotte for Game 4. The Charlotte Hornets trail 31-25 for the Miami Heat. Jeremy Lin led the way in Game 3 with 18 points on the night. He's also lighting things up offensively here in the second quarter with 9 points so far. I spoke to him before this, and he said, well, I want to bring energy on the offensive side of the ball. Actually, where I think I can have the biggest impact on this series is the defensive side of the ball. He said there's so many opportunities to make effort and hustle plays. He wants to create that activity on the defensive side of things, so people look out for that, Eric.
Michelle, great stuff. Thank you. Jeremy Lin, 9 minutes, 9 points. But Stephanie, a couple of themes that the Hornets don't particularly care for that happened in Games 1 and Games 2. Low assist totals for the Hornets and not a lot of three-pointers. The Hornets haven't hit one so far.
Yeah, that's not the recipe that they're looking for. And they've been consistent throughout the regular season. Before this series started, about what their objectives were and how they would go about accomplishing those objectives. They kept the turnovers to a minimum for the 3rd consecutive year. They led the NBA in that category. They shot very well from behind the arc. They went from one of the worst shooting three-point teams in the NBA to one of the best in the entire league. They consistently out-rebounded their opponent, especially in wins. We have not seen that come to fruition on a consistent basis in this series.
Wade misses the first. Kemba Walker, who played the entire first quarter, getting an extended break right now. Hasn't played for the first 3 minutes and 40 seconds of our second quarter.
I think it's because they know when he gets in there, he's not coming back out.
Lin wraparound pass, Cody with power, scores it.
Definitely a step in the right direction. You know you're not doing a good job if you're the Hornets if you have more turnovers than assists. Something you rarely see with this team.
Hornets streaking down the floor. Lynn, pause, Williams. Wade had nowhere to go, throws it away. There's that defense Jeremy Lin's talking about. Lee scores inside. And Miami reeling, they call timeout. It's a 10-3 run for the Hornets. Jeremy Lin, he's been a godsend. Here the assist to Cody Zeller. And then Courtney Lee. Go strong, young man. The Hornets in a fight. 3-point game in Uptown.
Playoff basketball here in Charlotte. They're down, but they've closed the gap. 32 Miami, 29 Charlotte. The Hornets in this second quarter have gone on a 10-3 run here in the last 2:15, sparked by Jeremy Lin. Look how he keeps his dribble alive in the paint, backs up and then attacks the rim again. And then here, because of the dribble drive, finds the open teammate in Cody Zeller. And then Courtney Lee able to convert the bucket after blocking the shot of Dwayne Wade on the other end. Lin has 9 points, 3 assists, and I'd like to point out, happily, 0 turnovers.
Ah, extra layer, I love it. Peeling the onion back. Goran Dragic back into the game for Miami. Luol Deng misses the jumper. Really interesting substitution for Miami. Dorell Wright checks in. 11th year pro out of Connecticut high school. He spent the year over in China. Only saw playing time in game 1 near the tail end of that game, but now in the game in the second quarter. Shot clock down to 2. Courtney Lee. Got it! We're tied!
Courtney Lee, no hesitation. Shot clock on his back, knocks it down.
Here's Wright. Misses a shot badly. May have had it deflected. Hornets have it. They haven't led all game. Kemba! Wade can't make the catch. Hornets have it with numbers. 5 on 4. Kemba draws the foul.
All started from the defensive deflection. Jeremy Lin gets his hand on the ball and forces the turnover. Watch Courtney Lee. Understood where the shot clock was, knocks it down with less than a second to go. His teammates on the bench loving it.
Hornets haven't led so far in our first half. At one point down by as many as 11. There's the first lead.
We talked about ball movement and deeper movement by the Hornets. We've seen Kemba Walker get that baseline backdoor cut a couple times. They didn't always finish it, but that's how he got to the line again. Jeremy Lin finds him with that baseline backdoor dump off. They're figuring out how the Heat are playing them defensively, and they're exploiting all of the openings they're getting.
Starting to look a little bit like Saturday to me. 2-point lead. The Hornets have had 9-0 run and a 15-3 run. Joe Johnson back on the floor. Right catch and shoot. He's missed his first 2.
Dang, looking to post up Lin, but Lin is strong.
No! And going for the rebound, we've got a foul on Jeremy Lin.
He was trying to face guard Dang so that he could not get to the ball. can see he's got him wrapped up.
Foul charge to number 1, Courtney Lee.
Oh,
That's his second
they called the foul on Courtney Lee.
That's surprising to me, too. Nope.
Nope.
It was incorrectly announced.
Yes.
It was indeed on Jeremy Lin.
His second personal foul.
Step back for Johnson. Didn't even get there. Frank Kaminsky playing with 2 fouls. The rebound. Kemba to Big Frank. Playing keep way up now. Kemba!
Kemba Walker so good with his dribble drive, using his body to keep the defender away from the basketball, extending the arm for the finger roll right at the rim.
Miami's missed their last 9 shots. Masonry. That's 10 in a row. Lin! Along the baseline, Dang. Johnson. First basket in quite some time for Miami.
And that happened because the Hornets were mismatched and they were rotating and cross-matching just to get to the shooters. So the Heat did a good job. They were patient and worked that ball around.
That was a 6-minute drought. Lin, yes, acrobatic. He's the first man in double digits. Dragic just lost it. 3-on-1. Frank draws the foul.
You gotta love the 3-person fast break. Lin, Lee, and Kaminsky. Kemba Walker still in the backcourt. Kemba Walker, that's the play we talked about, using his body to keep the defender off of his back. And then Lin, I don't know how he even gets that ball up. He hits the deck so hard, but then jumps right back up. I don't think this Hornets team gets enough credit for their toughness. They are constantly being thrown to the ground, and they just keep playing.
2 freebies for number 44. Al Jefferson, 7 points in 10 minutes in the first quarter. He's back in the game, along with Marvin Williams. Changes for Miami. Luol Deng leaves. Darrell Wright leaves. Justice Winslow re-enters along with Dwayne Wade. Frank made them both. This is the biggest lead of the night for the Hornets, up by 5.
Look at the points in the paint, Eric. Up 24-16, Hornets in that category.
22nd timeout called by Miami.
You know what I love about this Hornets team? We talk quite a lot about their depth. Well, already, early in this game, you have seen no drop-off when the bench comes in. It doesn't matter who's in there. Hawes has been in, Zeller, Lin, their play stays at the same level and the same intensity on both sides of the basketball. Jeremy Lin has been the ringleader. Look how aggressive he is. No hesitation. And I love this trap defensively. Zeller comes over to close the gap, and they make sure he can't get an outlet. Again, the deflections help fuel the defense, which leads directly to the offense. This is the way we've seen them find success during the regular season, and keeping that dribble alive so important for the point guards. Kemba Walker and Jeremy Lin, when they get in the gut of the defense, in that paint area, they're not picking up the ball unless they have a shot or an open teammate.
Steve Clifford before the game compared it a little bit to what Steve Nash did back during his heyday with the Phoenix Suns and Dallas Mavs. Keeping your dribble alive, waiting for something good to happen. There's Roy Williams in the house. Made the trip over from Chapel Hill. Good to see you, Roy. Oh, man. Pat Riley in the house, too.
He always looks so stoic.
A couple more grays than in years past. Happening to us all. Maybe not you, Stephanie.
Speak for yourself.
Whiteside clanks it. Hornets have it in the lead. Look at Kemba go. Oh, my!
He cannot fall asleep defensively. If nobody stops the ball, Kemba Walker will not stop until he gets to the rim.
A 23-6 run. Whiteside walled off, and he's fouled.
Al Jefferson pounding his chest, hand raised, calling for the foul, acknowledging that it was his fault. Watch Kemba Walker. I mean, he just blows by everybody like they're standing still, and he's got the ball in his hands.
Whiteside misses the free throw.
The reason why I emphasize that he has the ball in his hands is because the laws of physics are against you. If you have an object, you should not be able to move faster than someone with no object.
Hornets at 1 point down by 11. They've gone up by 6, and it's because of this second quarter. Offense has been good, but the defense has been even better. They have held Miami to just 2 field goals. Loose ball picked up by Dragic. Johnson can't hit it. Miami's now 2 for 16 shooting the basketball in the quarter.
And the Hornets not allowing them to get second chance opportunity.
Big Al had it taken away by Whiteside, but Lynn gets it right back. And he draws the foul. A reach-in foul on Justice Winslow. Oh, it's on Hassan Whiteside. And Whiteside has just picked up his second. He'll head to the bench. We've got 2:38 remaining in our second quarter. It's been all Hornets as of late.
Welcome back to playoff basketball here in Charlotte. They've taken over the lead, the Hornets have. 42-36 here in the second quarter. Hassan Whiteside has looked like a different player. Here he is in game 1 in Miami. Watch how close he is in the rim. Right inside the restricted area, shot point blank at the rim. Fast forward, game 2, also in Miami. Puts the ball on the floor and ends up right at the rim again. Now, game 3, this is the game changer. Al Jefferson starts, he's on it, look how far away. He's not even 1 foot in the paint. Al Jefferson pushing him away from the basket. He is so far, he cannot make that turnaround jump hook. And then here in game 4 tonight, Hassan Whiteside, again, being pushed away from the basket. Cannot make the easy baskets when he's right at the rim. That's the way he likes it. He's 2 for 4 so far tonight.
Common denominator, Al Jefferson guarding Hassan Whiteside does not make Hassan Whiteside a happy man.
It's hard work playing out.
Kemba gets a friendly roll. Kemba's got 13, Jeremy Lin's got 11.
To the defense. Hornets showing lots of bodies. Oh.
Wayne Wade got the benefit of the doubt. He had the chair pulled out from behind him. That's what that defensive technique is called.
Thought they were going to call the travel. Watch his feet on this when he picks his dribble up. He definitely shuffles and drags, but they bailed him out. They called the foul. Courtney Lee is so tough. At that 2-guard position, he is consistently undersized, and he just battles. Doesn't shy away from anything.
Heater 7 out of 11 at the free throw line. The Hornets have been splendid. They're 13 out of 14 at the free throw line. Courtney Lee.
Ooh.
Give him 2 more.
Al Jefferson setting that screen again. It is hard to play against Al Jefferson. He is a big physical body. He also has a tremendously high basketball IQ.
Offensive foul, Udonis Haslem. A bad screen.
Watch Al Jefferson. He comes out, he receives the ball, and then a dribble handoff sets the screen right here, leaving Courtney Lee wide open for the jump shot.
Eric Spoelstra's had some unique changes to his lineup here in the second quarter, and none of them are doing any good. Kemba Walker, another bucket.
When the Hornets play this way, they make the game look so easy, and that's the way it should look. Effortless.
It stays with Miami. Stephanie, this has been a 22-point swing. The Hornets were down by 11 in the first quarter. They're now up by 11.
It's tremendous, and it's because of this side of the floor. It's their defensive efforts.
Dragic gets a pair back for Miami. One minute remaining, second quarter. Kemba has Johnson on him. That's not a fair fight. Kemba.
Wow, Marvin Williams is getting abused.
Numbers for Miami.
Oh, and he got away with the push-off. Dragic did.
Tapped out by Wade. Fresh shot clock for Miami.
Hornets don't want to get in the habit of that.
Tough chance. Great defense played by Lee. Hornets can hold for the final shot. Al. That won't count if it goes. We have played 24 minutes here from Time Warner Cable Arena, and it has been fun to watch. The Hornets, after losing the first quarter, 26-19, they come back to blitz Miami in the second quarter to go to the locker room with a 9-point lead. Let's check in with Michelle courtside.
Thanks, Eric. Jeremy, at one point this team trailed by 11 points. What established the turning point in the first half?
Man, we just try to pick up a little bit defensively, get into them a little bit more, make them a little more uncomfortable. I feel like we could take a little more time to run their sets. Hopefully we can get better shots for us in terms of the ones they take.
You pride yourself on bringing energy to this team. How do you carry over that momentum into the second half?
Drink an energy drink and play with all your heart, man. It's such a blessing from God to be able to play in the playoffs and play in the NBA, and so I'm having fun out here. I just want to leave it all on the line and leave it all on the court.
Jeremy Lin, thanks for this. Eric?
Thank you, Michelle. Jeremy Lin, part of that wonderful offseason job done by the Hornets front office. Bringing in guys in that second unit who can contribute, who can change the game around. Jeremy Lin has done just that. His energy, his leadership, his skill, his 11 points have helped the Hornets take a 9-point lead to the half. Ultra important game for the Hornets. A win tonight and they tie this series up at 2 apiece. Remember, this is a best out of 7. First team to 4 wins advances to the second round.
And that's why you play 7 games. Because a lot of people had written this Hornets team off after the first 2 that were in Miami, underestimating the power of home court.
With Stephanie Reddy and Michelle McMahon, I'm Eric Collins. Glad to have you here on a Monday night. One trend that we've seen through 3 games, we haven't had a lead change in the second half. Ooh. Hornets would love if that continued. That's going to be a bucket. Basket interference. Give 2 to Frank Kaminsky.
I love when you pull those nuggets out, especially when they're good like that.
How about this one? Frank Kaminsky's never lost a professional game he started. 4-0. Knocked away. Hornets have it. 2-on-1. Kemba Lee. And he draws the foul.
I like the aggressiveness, double teaming on Hassan Whiteside. We knew that he would see a lot of bodies on him in this game, and that's exactly what happened. 2 Hornets players swarm down on him when he gets the ball, get the deflection, convert it into a steal, and then an attempt at a shot. There he is right there. Look at that. Kemba Walker gets his hand in there, rips the ball away. Eyes up by Courtney Lee.
airtight at the free throw line are the Hornets. After going 21 out of 22 on Saturday in the win, the Hornets are now 14 out of 15 at the line. Make it 15 out of 16 at the line.
They've always been a good free throw shooting team. They did hit that little slump towards the end of the regular season where they weren't shooting very well from the line.
Oh, man. That's Whiteside. A terrible foul.
Now, this is something that you have to watch if you are a Heat fan. Watch Whiteside. The body language is all over the place with him. He is not happy, and he has not been the most consistent performer in terms of his production if he's not been happy on the floor.
I stand corrected. That foul was called on Dragic. Al Jefferson. So since that foul was called on Dragic and not Whiteside, both Whiteside and Dragic still with 2 personal fouls next to their names.
But you can look at him and still see the body language has changed. He's not as confident, not as bouncy and springy as he was. Now, granted, he does have an injury that he's nursing. He's not 100%, so we do have to take that into consideration.
Kemba. Yes! First time tonight he's ripped the triple. And look at that lead, folks. 16-point bulge. Last touch by who? The Hornets. It'll stay with Miami.
Out of bounds, still Miami ball.
This has been a roller coaster ride. Steve Clifford's team down by 11 in the first quarter. Now up by 16. Tough chance. Oh, really? They're going to say it's Miami basketball.
But you know, no matter which way this ball is called, it's the deflection and the disruption of the Miami offense that's still going to be beneficial to the Hornets.
Great job of officiating. Veteran referee Danny Crawford said, you know what, my bad. That was indeed off of Whiteside. So the Hornets had the basketball. Stephanie, the last 46 points in the game, 36 of them have been scored by the home team.
My goodness.
A 36-10 run. Marvin had it taken away by Whiteside. Dragic stolen away. Kemba. And he's fouled by Dragic. Number 3 on Dragic.
Kemba Walker has been more focused defensively tonight. Crowd loves it. They appreciate the defensive effort. Kemba Walker stayed down on those fakes, kept his defensive position, stayed on his feet, swiped away at the ball, secured possession, and then drew the foul.
Al on that block. Isn't it something? The Hornets have an 18-point lead.
Remember we talked about how they want to make it look easy. That's what they've been doing here lately.
Well, follow the Coquettes and he'll tell you what he's thinking about. And the way the game is trending, Kemba Walker and the Hornets riding high. Take a look what the future looks like. This is our Metro PCS Unlimited performance. The next 3 games. Game 5 will be Wednesday. We know that's going to be in Miami, 8 o'clock. It's if necessary. The Hornets are going to need to win tonight to make this, and if necessary, make it come true on Friday back here at Time Warner Cable Arena for Game 6, and then another game necessary, Game 7. That one would be in Miami.
This series has turned into something to keep your eyes on. Oh, I recognize that guy.
Oh, my goodness. Alonzo Mourning. Divided loyalty. He's taking a look at some numbers and it's been favoring the Hornets ever since that first quarter. After losing the first quarter by 7 points, The Hornets winning the second quarter by 16, and now winning the third quarter 9-zip.
Well, the points in the paint have contributed to that. They were down 14-12 points in the paint. The Hornets were since then 20-2. They're up.
Oh my goodness, that is an incredible number. And a late whistle. It's going to be on Marvin Williams. Nope, I misread the numbers. It's number 25, not number 2. It's Al Jefferson. Short attention span. I just saw the 2. I should have waited for the 5. Now, if it was a 2-3, it would have been Michael Jordan.
You may have some other problems.
You think Michael Jordan gets nervous for playoff games when he's watching along the Hornets bench?
I don't know if nervous is the right word. I don't know that he's capable of that.
True.
I think anxious, yes. Eagerly anticipating, yes.
I'll be the first person to tell you when he played he didn't get nervous.
Yeah, you were sitting right there.
Woo! Now everyone who played against him, even Hall of Famers, got nervous, but not Mike. Al Jefferson, beauty! And the ball just doesn't fall. Extra pass up high to Deng, and the ball just stays in his hand. Step back 3. Dragic gets it to go. Miami's not dead yet.
Now, I was just about to say, Eric, the Hornets have to be careful. They cannot lull themselves into complacency. They have to continue to attack.
Kemba does a great job of drawing the contact.
Foul charging number 7, Goran Dragic's 4th personal foul.
4 personal fouls on Dragic.
That's hugely important. He's a veteran player with a ton of experience.
After every playoff game, watch Hornets Live Playoff Edition on Fox Sports Southeast. It's complete post-game coverage with your broadcast team. Hornets Live tonight after the game and Wednesday after Game 5 at 11 Eastern Time. It's only on Fox Sports Southeast, home of the Hornets, and streaming live on Fox Sports Go. And we'll have it all for you. Myself, Stephanie, Michelle, we'll break everything down. Highlights galore, interviews, more than you can get anywhere else. Joe Johnson. Kemba pedal to the metal, stopping on a dime. Marvin. With the 4 personal fouls, Dragic on the bench. He's been replaced by Josh Richardson.
Consecutive possessions now that the Hornets have not scored, and the Heat have.
Deng, a 3-pointer, much to the chagrin of Steve Clifford. And Coach Cliff calls the timeout.
You have to remember how experienced this Miami Heat team is, especially when you take into account their playoff experience.
It's a 10-1 run for the visitors. What had been an 18-point lead has been shaved to 9. As the Hornets continue to battle it out in the playoffs, you can catch all the post-game coverage on the Fox Sports Go app with just a few easy steps. Go to the App Store and download Fox Sports Go. Sign in using your TV provider username and password. Select Fox Sports Southeast and start watching your Hornets while on the go. Visit foxsportsgo.com for more information. Now we're about a little over a week into the postseason. Already one team in the Eastern Conference has punched their ticket to the second round. That would be the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Hornets trying to win this game and equal up this series at 2 games apiece. And, well, if they do, they will have the same series record as Atlanta and Boston. Not to be surprised, Atlanta, Boston, Miami, and Charlotte all finished with identical 48 and 34 records during the regular season.
Yes, and if the Hornets can tie the series up 2-2, it will be exactly what we expected. The first 2 games were a surprise because of the differential and the way they played. But if they end up going back to Miami tied, it'll be exactly what we all thought.
Jefferson on Whiteside. Only 3 to shoot. Kemba to the rescue. Miami on a 10-1 run. This one it looked like all was lost for Miami. All is not lost when you got Dwayne Wade.
Dwayne Wade's so good with his back to the basket, that turnaround fadeaway jump shot with the defender on him. I think he prefers that because then he knows where you are. He can feel you.
Al Jefferson travels. That's a rare turnover, Stephanie. Just the 5th for the Hornets. They've gone a long while between turnovers.
Well, remember, they got 3 right away in that first quarter, and they only had 4 in the entire last game, game 3. So, yes, they had a long spell with that one to even things out, and you don't want to see them start to go down that road.
Dwayne Wade really doesn't shoot three-pointers anymore.
As evidenced by Courtney Lee's defense.
Long three-pointer. Oh, my.
Now that one, Joe Johnson can shoot a three-pointer.
And all of a sudden, it's a 4-point game.
Well, we knew they weren't going to go away. We know that they have a tremendous amount of confidence and experience in the playoffs.
Next whistle, Cody Zeller and Jeremy Lin will enter to try and quench this 15-1 run for Miami. Kemba has his shot ticked. It was Richardson who got a finger on it.
Now there will not be a stoppage of play, an extended one anyway, because both of the TV timeouts have already been used.
Whiteside, deep post position, and he scores easily.
That's a
Hadn't
problem.
gotten that close to the paint in a long time.
That's right. We illustrated that. We showed some examples from game 1 through tonight where the difference was he was being pushed outside of the paint, outside of his comfort zone, so he was not able to make the moves that he likes to make.
It wasn't that long ago, it was an 18-point lead for the Hornets. It's now a 2-point lead. This means it's getting more exciting. 5:55 remaining in our third quarter. April is World Autism Awareness Month, with many NBA arenas lighting up blue in support of Autism Speaks. Light It Up Blue campaign and the 70 million people affected by autism worldwide. To learn more, log on to NBAcares.com.
I like the chatter. I like the chatter by the Hornets coming out of that timeout. Coach Clifford draws up, says what he needs to say, leaves the huddle. The team stays engaged, stays together, still talking and discussing about what adjustments they can make. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist comes up to Kemba Walker, whispers in his ear, pats him on the bottom. Kemba's nodding yes. They are feeding off each other, giving some advice and some help, things they can observe on the bench that maybe they might be missing on the floor. Look for a turnaround here.
Cody Zeller, Jeremy Lin into the game, playing with Marvin Williams, Frank Kaminsky, and Kemba Walker. Possession starting up slowly. Lin. Loose on the floor. And we've got a jump. This will be interesting. It's a battle of guys who went back-to-back in last June's NBA draft. Frank Kaminsky and Justice Winslow. Also happened to play against each other in the national championship game 13 months ago.
Getting up those wet spots, so important. That's how Steph Curry ended up slipping in that Golden State game on a wet spot. Player slid right across the floor, right? He took that same path.
Frank does his job, wins the tap. Kemba is fouled. It's on Hassan Whiteside, his third.
I like that setup. Cody Zeller comes out well beyond the three-point line. That's well outside of the scoring range to set the screen. Hassan Whiteside has got to figure out what to do defensively against Kemba Walker.
Jeremy Lin was a huge story in the second quarter. Trying to be a huge story here in the third quarter. Hornets need some life offensively. Shot clock down to 3. Kemba. Yes! A huge shot in the arm.
Kemba Walker will make you dance defensively.
Miami's made their last 6 shots. That's not falling anymore. Right side, no! Offensive foul! That's number 4 on Whiteside.
Hassan Whiteside gets the offensive rebound and then right there lowers the boom on Cody Zeller, trying to clear space so he can shoot that layup.
Whiteside to the pine. Stoudemire replaces him. Kaminsky on the block. That worked wonderfully on Saturday. Hornets are going to give that shot up. No worries. Winslow again misfires, but an offensive rebound.
Cannot allow that.
Winslow's 0 for 5 shooting after missing all of his shots on Saturday.
Hornets will continue to let him shoot that open jumper, but they've got to get the rebound.
Richardson. That's his first field goal. 3 points in 16 minutes for the rookie from Tennessee. 1-point lead. 2 more for Kemba.
Right in amongst the trees, uses his body. Perfectly executed drive.
Lynn fouls Wade.
Dwayne, that's what he does. He knows how to draw the foul. Watch Kemba Walker. Just gets low, blows by Stoudemire, and Winslow can't get there in time. The rim is right in his way to contest.
Courtney Lee re-enters. He's going to give Kemba Walker a blow. Kemba needs to make sure that gas tank is topped off as we get ready for the 4th quarter and winning time.
That's right. It's just like a stop on pit road. You got to be strategic. When are you going to change a tire? When are you going to fill her up?
Lynn, Lee, Williams, Kaminsky, and Zeller playing together.
Hornets have to be careful with that Dwayne Wade ball screen. He got that elbow shot, which is exactly the shot he was looking for. He just happened to miss it. You don't want him catching fire or finding his sweet spots.
Frank! Foul going for the rebound. It's going to go against Miami. It's Stoudemire. Veteran should have known better. Well, because of the bonus situation, kid out of Washington, Indiana, Cody Zeller, will shoot 2 free throws. 2 important free throws.
Excuse me, Eric. This is a welcome free throw by both teams. Look, they're gassed. The last time out was at the 7-minute mark.
Joe Johnson replaces Dwayne Wade, who probably, just like Kemba Walker, will sit down and get greased up for the 4th. Dwayne Wade only has 6 points, but he's got 8 assists and 7 rebounds.
That is excellent productivity. He's helping his team. Excellent rotation defensively. Marvin Williams all the way across the lane to get in front of Stoudemire until Zeller can get back over. And then secures the board. Shows you his worth. That's why Marvin Williams is valuable.
Zeller cruises inside and gets it to ball.
And as per usual for the Hornets, their defense fuels their offense.
Kicked out of bounds. It stays with Miami. Spencer Hawes relieves Frank Kaminsky. Spencer was really good during his foray in the first half.
He definitely was. We talked about it at halftime and how the bench came in and contributed. There was no drop-off for the Hornets team. They hope that that can continue as the game wraps up.
Marvin blocked it away. It's going to stay with Miami. 7 seconds to shoot.
Marvin Williams coming alive defensively, helping organize his team. Right here, block shot from behind. Remember the possession before on the defensive side, it was he with the rotation and the rebound that helped get to the bucket on the other end.
Hornet basketball.
And guess who?
Marvin Williams.
Deflection by Williams. These are things that do not show up in the box score. These are things that the casual basketball fan will miss and not understand how he contributes to success. But we're showing you right now.
Hornets the lead in the ball. Up by 5. Three to shoot. Spencer has to fire. Offensive rebound, 0-0. And what do we have? We've got confusion. It's going to stay with the Hornets as one call. Or are we going to get a foul to override it? Yep. It's a Cody Zeller foul. One official had it as Hornets basketball, but that was changed.
Yeah, watch the baseline. Dang and Zeller get a little tangled up right there, and they got Cody Zeller with the hold.
Dang. Under a minute to play, third quarter. Lynn. Yes!
The oldest play in basketball, the give and go. Lynn finds Spencer. Spencer Hawes gives it right back to Lynn. Bucket and the foul.
At the line, one shot, Chamberlain Lynn.
Chance to go up by 8. A 7-0 run for the Hornets right when they were getting threatened the most. Too strong for Johnson, got his own miss. Marvin fell down and Dang fell with him. Hornets basketball.
Marvin Williams again, the hustle play, diving on the floor for the loose ball. And then he runs into Stoudemire as he tries to escape.
Hornets going to hold for what should be the final shot of the third quarter. And we've got a foul. Cody Zeller set an overzealous screen. Third personal foul on Cody. That gives it back to Miami. Darrell Wright played 3 minutes ineffectively in the second quarter. He returns for the final 11 seconds of the third. And so will Kemba Walker. This is interesting. Kemba replaces Cody Zeller. Steve Clifford wants to make sure that all the bases are covered with all the three-point shooters out on the floor right now for Miami. Nope, didn't even get a shot off. Wonderful team defense played by the Hornets.
Excellent rotations. Kemba Walker sagged down to stop the dribble penetration. Everyone on a string. That's the way you want to see defense.
Hornets led by 18 points in this third quarter. They saw it whittle down all the way to 1, but then came back punching. We head to the fourth quarter. Winning time with the Hornets trying to protect a lead of 8. Hornets would love to get game 4 of this best-of-7 series. They've got an 8-point lead as we take a look at the leading scorers heading into the fourth quarter.
Luol Deng started things off early offensively for the Heat. He leads the way with 15 for them. Kemba Walker, though, came alive strong with 23. Jeremy Lin with 14. All of the Hornets have contributed, and I like how they picked up their defensive intensity.
Yeah, the Hornets playing some defense right when they needed it most. They had allowed Miami to hit 6 consecutive shots. But after that, they said no more. Miami missed 7 of their last 8 shots over the last 3:53 to close out the third quarter.
What they've relied on all year long.
Goran Dragic back on the floor for Miami. This is Winslow.
Well,
that's the first time he's hit a shot.
They've been daring him to shoot. They're leaving him wide open, which has helped their rotations because the closeouts and the helping of the helpers have been a lot shorter. I don't think one shot made is enough to change that defensive scheme yet.
Jeremy Lin! We've seen this strip before. And a foul is on Dragic, his 5th.
Jeremy Lin, defender on his hip, goes right up.
Dragic can't stay in this game. He'll go to the bench again. Really interesting substitution. Instead of replacing Dragic with a true point guard, they replace him with Gerald Green. First time that Gerald Green getting meaningful minutes in this series. There he is with the ball. Green, Winslow, Richardson, Udonis Haslem, and Joe Johnson playing together for Miami. 2 consecutive field goals for Winslow.
That time, though, he took it right to the basket. Cody Zeller sagging off of him to help on Joe Johnson in that post-up. And it's been effective to keep the ball out of Johnson's hands, but that time he was detached, so he couldn't get back to him in time to stop the dribble penetration.
Lin, off the window!
Anyway, it goes in.
Winslow is fouled.
Jeremy Lin sizing up the defense.
He gave the old Michael Jordan shrug.
But look at Rick Kaminsky. 3, any way you cut it.
Last foul on Cody Zeller, the big man's 4th. So Cody will sit. Frank Kaminsky re-enters. Only 1 for Winslow. Again, Lin in attack mode. And he draws the foul on Haslem.
When you've got 2 perimeter scorers who can attack the paint the way Lin and Walker do, it really puts stress on your defense.
8 for 8 at the free throw line for Lynn. Green, tough chance. Oh, man. That's not going to go in a whole heck of a lot of times, but it did there.
And that's why he's put into the game here at the end. He's capable of making those type of shots.
Jeremy Lin scored the last 10 for the Hornets. That'll be a backcourt violation the moment Frank touches it. Rare turnover for the Hornets, just their 8th as a team.
And that's the first turnover by Jeremy Lin, which is very impressive. He and Kemba Walker had 0 turnovers in game 3 combined.
Richardson had a shot blocked, got it back. Winslow. Wonderful defense by the Hornets. Green misses. Long rebound to Green.
You don't want to nullify terrific defense by giving them an offensive rebound.
Finally cleared by Kemba.
Defensive efforts are not over until you secure possession of the ball, rebound or turnover.
Wayne Wade has had a long rest. Hornets aren't complaining. Richardson. Nope. That shot was money for him last 2 months of the regular season. Playoffs, not so much, at least last game and tonight. Haslam. Another rebound for Spencer Hawes. His 8th rebound.
Hornets doing a good job of limiting the possessions of the Heat. They need to do a better job on this side of the floor, getting more organized, working that ball around. Last couple of times down, we have not seen any ball reversal out of the Hornets.
And a foul goes against Spencer Hawes. It'll be Miami Heat basketball. When we return to Uptown, Hornets up by 7 because of number 7 off the window, and then a Michael Jordan-esque shrug. Michael approves. Why wouldn't he? The Hornets 76, Miami 69.
Score here in the fourth quarter, Miami 69, Charlotte 76. It's time now to take a look at tonight's defensive plays of the game, brought to you by CPI Security. Marvin Williams leading the way, gets the deflection here, and watch this play. Pokes it away and then dives on the floor for the loose ball, ends up getting possession for his team, and this block from behind, never giving up on the play defensively. Marvin Williams continuing to help his team stay organized on the defensive side of the basketball.
Let's check in with Michelle. Michelle, what's going on?
Thanks, Eric. Yeah, I was just listening in on Steve Clifford's huddle. The first words that came out of his mouth was, I know we're tired. We've got to find a way to gut this one out. That's what the playoffs are all about. And to Stephanie's point, the biggest thing he preached defensively was to stay organized. This is what we've been doing all game and all season long.
Thank you, Michelle. We'll see if they can do it. Hornets lead by 7. Dwayne Wade back on the floor for Miami. Winslow with a powerful drive.
That was impressive. It looked like a couple of Hornets got hands on that ball, and he was strong enough to still convert.
Frank wants it, trying to post up Winslow. Frank, and he draws the foul.
Foul drawing number
They're going to have a couple of free throws coming up for Frank. That's not a fair fight. You got a 7-footer working against Winslow, who's a well-compacted young man, but 6'7", giving up 5 inches.
Hey, it's the nature of this game. It's NBA basketball. You got to take advantage of mismatches. They will present themselves.
Oh, I agree. Couple of fours for number 44. Al Jefferson, who had a long, cool drink of water. He's only played 21 minutes. He should be fresh for the final 7:05.
Keeping in mind also, Whiteside in severe foul trouble as we wind this quarter down.
Whiteside on the bench with 4 fouls. Goran Dragic sitting on the bench with 5 fouls. Marvin's going to win this race. Yes, he's got it. Now Kemba. Too bad hustle wasn't rewarded. Usually is. Haslam. Oh man, did he hit the deck hard.
Al Jefferson showing some sportsmanship there, making sure he's all right. No ill will intended. But we got to go back to Marvin Williams again. Diving in the open court for the loose ball. Right place, right time. I don't think that's coincidence in the game of basketball. You need to have anticipation. You got to have the skill and the ability to get to the ball. Basketball IQ plays a lot on that side of the ball.
Udonis Haslam does not play a whole bunch. I'd imagine free throws would be an adventure, considering how infrequently he plays. He splits the 2. 4-point game. Hornets have missed 5 of 26 free throws. The Heat have missed 6 of their 19. Advantage Charlotte. Lynn got inside, now gets it back outside. We have not seen a lead change in any of the 4 games in this series so far in the second half. Not once. Three-pointer made by Green. Gerald Green makes it a 1-point game.
And you might wonder what all that celebration is for. I think it's more relief for Green. It's been a while since he's got himself going on the offensive end.
We've got a timeout on the floor. Gerald Green, a 3-pointer, makes this a 1-point lead for Charlotte. It has been a fun one to watch, and it's white knuckle time. 6:07 remaining in our 4th quarter, 1-point lead for your Charlotte Hornets. And Denny Hamlin in the house. Got some pretty nice seats.
Oh yeah, that's what happens when you're a season ticket holder. You get to pick the ones you want.
Makes sense. After the timeout, Kemba Walker stretches the lead back out to 3. That snaps a streak of 5 straight missed shots for the Hornets.
Calm, cool, and collected right off the play drawn up by Steve Clifford.
Richardson. Green has been super aggressive since coming on. That was an ugly shot, though. Kemba draws the foul, but hits the deck hard. I'm hoping this is just more fatigue than injury.
Dwayne Wade was the second help defender that couldn't stop Kemba Walker.
extra layer of good news to go with that free throw made by Kemba Walker. With that last foul, the Hornets are going to be in the bonus for the remainder of this fourth quarter.
You know, I love that.
And the Hornets are shooting wonderfully at the line.
Exactly. Now they can continue to be aggressive and be rewarded by that assertiveness on the offensive end. Getting to the free throw line, easy buckets for the Hornets.
Dwayne Wade, nope, wave it off. Offensive foul. Kemba takes the charge.
Just got thrown to the floor on the other end, sacrifices his body defensively. Teammate Courtney Lee comes over, gives him a little pep talk, let him know how much his teammates appreciate his efforts.
So Eric Spoelstra at wit's end. Whiteside and Wade with 4 personal fouls. Dragic with 5 personal fouls. Marvin. Oh, this is going to be Al Jefferson working on that block against Haslam. Kemba. Three-pointer! A personal 7-0 run for the co-captain. If you need a bucket and you're in this building, there's no one else you'd rather give the ball to than number 15, Kemba Walker having his way. I totally agree. You should be here. You're watching absolute wonderment as Kemba Walker has given the Hornets an 8-point lead.
Kemba Walker scoring a new career high in a playoff game with 30 points so far. Knocks down that shot to make it 75-78, steps in and takes the charge from Dwayne Wade. And then the 3-ball, which makes the crowd erupt. Hornets taking control of this game down the stretch. They're up 83-76, 14 games this season. 30 points or more scored by Kemba Walker.
Luol Deng back in for Miami. It's Deng, Wade, Richardson, Johnson, and Haslam. Still no Whiteside, still no Dragic. Last touch by Haslam. Hornets basketball.
Great hustle, Courtney Lee not giving up on the play. Hornets have to be weary though. You remember, Deng had that shot in the corner. That's where he's been hot from this series, so they have to be careful on how they're rotating.
Lynn called for the offensive foul.
He read that play a little late. Al Jefferson had Haslam sealed on the top side. Jefferson was waving Lynn to the baseline so he could take that drive, but Al had to release. They're in the paint. There's a time limitation there. Haslam released, got there right in time to cut that baseline drive off.
Johnson.
That's why this Miami team is never out of it in the fourth quarter. They have a lot of weapons that are versatile and experienced. Dwayne Wade, Luol Deng, Joe Johnson. They can all create their own shots. They can all post up and score in the paint.
Kemba!
And ditto for the Hornets.
Three-pointer for Johnson. Kemba scored the last 9 for the Hornets. Make it 11 in a row!
Kemba will make you pay.
Haslam surrounded. Fouled, no shot. Still not a bonus situation, so side out of bounds for Miami.
Watch Kemba Walker. Richardson just so tight defensively. He wanted the push off. Kemba stopped him dime. We see that a lot with Kemba Walker. He's so fast with his change of pace, stopping. After going full speed, the defender just can't stop in time to convert on the closeout.
Hassan Whiteside back in for Miami. He's only played 23 minutes. Wade off the window. Man, Hornets just can't get much breathing room. They've got it to the right man, though.
Lots of ball pressure by the Heat.
Shot clock down to 6. And Lin turns it over.
We're seeing the game get more physical as the time is winding down. Jeremy Lin was anticipating a foul call. A lot of contact on the perimeter. And this is going both ways. A lot of contact on both sides.
Oh my goodness. Dwayne Wade just hit that shot. It's a one-possession lead for Charlotte.
That's what Dwayne Wade can do. He's been doing that his entire career. He can make those mid-range paint shots, falling away, defender hanging all over him.
5 to shoot. Al turns on Whiteside. Buck and a half remaining. Dang, lost it. Hornets basketball.
1:22 left. Single possession game.
Inside 2 minutes, we're gonna take a longer look at that. Replay center is going to make sure that that was indeed off of Dang.
The ruling on the floor is that it is Hornets ball, but it is under review.
Call on the floor was it was last touched by Dang.
That's the way it looks on that shot. Oh, that's a great angle. Great angle.
Yeah, it hasn't been voted on officially, but we've got the greatest director in the NBA, in Maceo Grant. Done an absolutely bang-up job getting wonderful shots from this wonderful group of cameramen and women here in this building all season long. We have a dance word. It's going to be Hornets basketball. Our producer, Scott Snyder, is a wonderful gumshoe. He's always got his ear to the pavement. He knows things before they really happen. Hornets basketball.
You like to see the hustle pay off. I'd still like to point out, though, they got an open look out of that corner again. The Heat did. Hornets got to be careful.
Hornets would love a bucket. Kemba able to keep possession. Hornets going to have to get hurried. 5 to shoot. Wonderful offensive rebound by Lee.
Courtney Lee following his own shot. Nobody boxed him out. Grabbed another athletic rebound.
Kemba. 2 bodies on the floor. Now Cody Zeller races back defensively. Dwayne Wade joins him on the offensive end. And Whiteside is fouled by Marvin Williams.
Foul charge number 2, Marvin Williams. It's his 3rd. 5 team foul to the Hornets. Miami Wilson for
You could make the argument these are some of the most important free throws in Hassan Whiteside's life.
It's a good foul by Marvin Williams.
He had a real tough time at the free throw line beginning of the season. took a step back from the line and just shoots a regular shot. And he's had a lot more success. Only hits 1 out of 2. Decision time for Miami. Difference game clock and shot clock is about 7 seconds.
And Coach Clifford not calling timeout and wanting his team to play. Having the advantage, up by 2. Miami's got to make a decision.
Kemba, 2 to shoot. Got it off. Courtney Lee, and he's fouled.
Courtney Lee has shown up for this Hornets team time after time at the end of basketball games. He gets key rebounds, offensive rebounds, steals on the last possession. Remember that Spurs game? He intercepts the inbound pass. Courtney Lee, another basketball player on this Hornets roster with a tremendous basketball IQ, and it shows at the end of games.
This one is extra large. Four-point lead. No one said it was going to be easy, but nothing worth having is ever easy.
That's exactly right, and if you watched Hornets Live, the pregame show where we had Kemba Walker in the listen-in segment, he said to his teammates, now you see what it takes. The playoffs is a whole nother level. Hornets have adapted to that. They've gotten comfortable here at home with this home crowd behind them. They're playing Hornet-style basketball, and they're finding success on both sides, offensively and defensively, and they're feeding off of one another.
The Miami Heat had averaged 119 points in the first 2 games, both wins down in Miami. It has been a totally different world here in Charlotte, North Carolina. And the Heat had all of 80 points on Saturday. They've got all of 85 points tonight. The defense has totally changed for Charlotte.
Well, we've seen it, not only the intensity pick up, but the communication has picked up. They have improved their organization. The rotations have been sharper and quicker.
While we have a moment, you're looking at our Sprite player of the game. It's Kemba Walker, really no question. A new playoff career high. 34 points in 40 absolutely necessary minutes.
I'd love to see Kemba Walker help lead his team to victories. He has worked so hard throughout his career. This entire roster, they all as individuals have worked to improve themselves. And when you make the parts stronger, the whole is stronger.
Dangle inbound. Wade. Nope. And that'll do it. Time Warner Cable Arena has become a special place. The Hornets refusing to lose in this building.
This Hornets team proving the next man up mentality and philosophy is a real thing. No matter who gets injured or goes down for this team, they all step up and play good basketball.
Let's check in with Michelle standing by with Jeremy Lin.
Thanks, Eric. Well, the crowd just erupted. You guys just got the equalizing game in the series. Describe what this win means to this team.
Oh, man. I'm so thankful, man. I'm so thankful. Just thankful to God. We fought so hard tonight and up 18 and all of a sudden up 1. And, man, we put everything out there and we're so glad we got the win. I'm so thankful.
How were you able to get the win tonight?
Guts and heart from a lot of guys, man. Marv did a great job on defense the whole game. Kemba carried us offensively. Court with those big time plays, man. Everybody.
Describe how great the atmosphere was from your perspective in Game 4 tonight.
Awesome. Right there with Game 3, and we're gonna need everybody, for Game 6. And thank you so much to all the fans. You guys made it so fun. It's such an awesome environment.
Jeremy Lin, congrats. Thanks for this. Eric.
Smart words from the Harvard man, Jeremy Lin. When the Hornets needed him in that second quarter, when they were in trouble, he stepped up and he simply refused to let the Hornets fall down in that rabbit hole. Steve Clifford, he shortened up the rotation. He only played 8 Hornets, but every Hornet that played, even the guys on the bench, put a star next to their name. This was such an important game for this organization, this franchise. And the Hornets, they hold serve. They'll see if they can take that momentum down to Miami for Game 5 on Wednesday. Don't go anywhere, everyone. We've got so much to talk about. Hornets Live, the post-game show, is immediately following this. We're going to talk about a Hornets winner. Wasn't it so much fun?